guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday the 31st of May, also Memorial Day 2021, and this is the Flight Sim News. So first up, happy Memorial Day. I hope everybody has safe and happy cookouts and wonderful time with their family and friends. First up is DCS from Eagle Dynamics. So they posted about 16 hours ago. I guess there's some new units that they had sent out to people that subscribe to the newsletter. It says, subscribe to the newsletter. Please check your email and enjoy a Sunday supplement sent out to all subscribers, highlighting the Freya and Worlsberg radar systems. And then there's a bunch of images of these that you can bring up. Pretty cool looking. I guess these are items that are going to be added to the World War II assets pack based on the little title at the top of the screenshot there. And in addition to that, they mentioned that in the open beta, they've added 6 more ground units. The T-155, the VAB Mephisto, the PT-76 light tank, the Leopard 2A4 main battle tank, the ATZ-5 Ural fuel Bowser, and the AA-7 firefighting truck. They go on to say these all take advantage of the Edge 2.7 graphic enhancements and offer revised reflections and lighting. And then there are some in-development screenshots. That must be the T-155 Fertina. There is the armored personnel carrier with missiles maybe or something called the Mephisto. Again, I'm no expert on all of these vehicles. PT-79 looks like some kind of little light tank. And the Leopard 2A4. Pretty cool looking tank. Always thought those looked pretty nice. And lastly is the ATZ-5. And in yet further news, they're still talking about the Hind, and this is mostly from their weekend update on Friday. They go on to say the Mi24P Hind is progressing steadily, and the HSI tool and Petrovich are being actively tuned. The SPO-10 RWR and ASP-17 sight are being finalized as we move closer to the early access launch. The introduction and simple quick start videos for the Hind tutorial series are now available, which I had focused on in the last Flight Sim news that you can find here on the channel. And then they go on to say, we encourage you to check them out and get ready to hit the ground running. And then there is a series of fantastic images. There is the beast up close and personal. Another shot on the ground, in the air. And then looks like maybe that's the RWR. And the sight. And lastly, they go on to talk about SAIPAN. The third island included in the DCS Mariana Islands is currently undergoing closed beta testing. We will initially release a modern version of this free map. Please see the screenshots below. And then once again, there's a series of fantastic images. Here we go with the Viper. They've been focusing on the Viper a lot lately for this. Pretty cool looking airfield there. Nice little harbor bay area. Another city along the water there. And then a little bit further back from the coastline. Very cool images. I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, and you can check it out for yourself. All right, and along with the Friday news comes more from the guys at 1C Game Studios. This is Developer Diary 282. It's a very short and sweet one. It says we are hard at work at trying to finalize update 4.602, and the Fokker is in final testing and implementation. So this developer diary is dedicated to the deadly monoplane the Germans sent to the Western Front late in the war. The Flying Switchblade makes its debut in Flying Circus next week if testing goes well. Enjoy these beautiful images of it in action and have a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend to our American community members, the IL-2 Stormovic team. And then, once again, we've got some pretty cool images to look at of the Fokker in action. And as one might expect, some fantastic cockpit detail to be had. And then it looks like the Fokker really in action, taking out one of its foes. And it looks like on the ground, getting ready to take off. And in the air, passing over its latest kill. Very, very cool stuff. I will throw a link to this in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself. Now here's something I haven't talked about in a while, WarThunder. I know a lot of guys, hate it. You either love it or hate it. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't mind jumping in there and having some fun with it every once in a while. And they've announced a couple of cool planes. First up is the Yak 28B. And it looks pretty sick. It's like a high-speed bomber. It looks like one of those cool Cold War kind of planes that you just didn't see around for very long, but wow, does it look cool. Looks like that could be a lot of fun once that comes out. And then secondly, right before that, they announced a MiG-23M and a rank VII for aviation. So what's that, 5, 6, 7? So it's a rank 7 plane. That's pretty cool news. It said, you've been waiting for this. We're creating a rank 7 for planes, and we'll be moving quite a few in the next major update. This should definitely give pilots some breathing room and improve the game balance. Check the full list of vehicles changed on our website. So I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself if you're into WarThunder, that is. Next up is Greg from Reflected Simulations. Made this post, I believe it was yesterday. He goes on to say, in the Fear of the Bones, you'll get to know your squadron mates. They all have their own personalities and custom skins. The crew of 203 is Lieutenant Joseph Elvis Walker and his RIO, Lieutenant Junior Grade James Glory Hole. Elvis is from Memphis. He's hard-headed, impulsive, very direct by his own words, downright rude, borderline asshole if you ask anyone else. Haha. Still a friend you can count on at any time. Glory looks so young, he barely has a few hair above his lips. Hardly enough to call it a mustache. He's very enthusiastic about flying. It's his first deployment, and he has no idea what to expect. Then again, even the seasoned pilots couldn't foresee these events. So that's kind of a nice teaser for the Fear of the Bones campaign, and this is the one I'm really looking forward to. The last one was fantastic as well, but this is going to be a little bit more relaxed, I think, and a more of a what-if scenario kind of set in the 80s. Definitely very Top Gun vibe-ish, if that makes any sense. I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself. Alrighty, last up is RedStar Simulations. These are the new guys. These are the guys that are doing that MiG-17 module for DCS World. And they just posted this on Saturday. It says, welcome to our development update. Everything you see is subject to change. Things may be added, changed, or removed. After much research, deliberation, and discussion, RedStar Simulations has concluded that a MiG-17F cannot be accurately represented as carrying R-3S air-to-air missiles. For this reason, we have decided to release two versions of the MiG-17. Number one will be the MiG-17AS, and number two will be the MiG-17F. MiG-17AS, specific features and weapons, the ASP-3N gun sight to be determined, the R-3S air-to-air missiles, the S-21 rockets, and the VK-1F engine and afterburner. The MiG-17F specific features and weapons are to include the ASP-4N gun sight with the SRD-1M radar ranging, the Serena 2 RWR, the UB-16-57 pods, Mars 2 with 16 S-5 rockets, and then the SAKR 76mm unguided rockets with the VK-1F engine with afterburner. And then common weapons in stores between the two will be 50 kilogram, 100 kilogram, and 250 kilogram bombs with 400-liter external fuel tanks. The plan is to release both versions together as a package. Focus is now on cockpit modeling and EFM programming. And then they go on to throw a few screenshots up here of work in progress. Looks like the throttle quadrant being rendered there. And then some other stuff that's in the cockpit. Not quite sure what those dials, gauges, buttons, and switches are. Looks like a rocket for a missile or a rocket itself. I'm not sure what that is. It's a weapon, that much I know. And then kind of a front shot of that same missile or rocket. And then back to the throttle quadrant. So I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself. And that concludes the latest flight sim news. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel. Feel free to hit that like button. Leave some comments. I'm always answering any comments and suggestions that people have. I do read them all. Some days I might not do it immediately, but I usually do get around to answering everybody when it comes to comments and suggestions. And it makes the whole experience a lot more interactive. And I think it also helps me with the YouTube algorithm as to where things are placed and whatnot. But again, have a happy and safe Memorial Day, and thanks for watching. Until next time.